Good morning everyone, Dr. Nat here. So we are doing our final lab, which is lab number 9. So for this lab, we don't have any assignments. We only have 7 activities and you will need to finish them by this Wednesday. Because on Thursday, we will be starting our group projects and you'll be really busy by then. Okay, so the activities that we are going to do is activity number 1, which is part number 1, part number 2, part number 3, part number 4, part number 5, and then you are going to assemble all the components to be like this. So this is activity number 6, and then for activity number 7, it is the same drawing, but you will develop an explode view. And I'm sure you know what explode view is by now. So you will need to present your explode view and also your assembled drawing in an A4 title block. And that A4 title block has to have the BOM. What is BOM? It is the bill of materials, meaning to say you will need to have you will need to have the part number, the material listed out in a table. Basically, you need to have the table of all the components or all the parts that make the machine, right? Okay, so let's start with activity number 1. So we are going to start with this guy over here. We start with the smaller circle, which has a diameter of 6.25, and the bigger circle has a diameter of 15. So 6.25 and 15 diameter, not radius. So let's start. Circle. I'm going to specify anywhere, and D, I'm going to type in D so that I can specify the diameter, and that is going to be 6.25. Make it bigger. Why is my circle like this? And then my next circle is going to be at the center of this. I'm going to click on my snap mode and see if my midpoint geometric center is there. Okay, it is. So I'm going to try to find the midpoint of this guy. First of all, why is my circle looking like this? I'm not detecting. Okay. So hopefully now we can get it. Okay, so the next circle is 15 in diameter. Again, type in D, 15. So now you have something like this. I think I'm going to draw this again because this looks really funky. So type in circle, find the center of this circle, and I'm going to type in D. Whoops. Type in D, and that is 6.25. Okay, so you can see here that it looks different. Okay, now our circle is normal. Okay. Okay, so next we need to extrude this circle by 5, and then we have another circle with a diameter of 10, and we need to extrude that by 25. So let's try to do that. And this guy, it doesn't show that it goes all the way inside, so we're just gonna make some depth over here around 0.5. So let's try. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to change this to isometric. You can have the 2 viewports if you like. That helps you to do things better, but it's going to make my screen too small for you guys. Okay, so this one, wait, I need to extrude this one first by 5. So I'm gonna go down, I think 5, and then we're going to show some depth for this guy. I'm going to press pull this and going to go by 0.5 down below, and then I'm going to make a circle down here and press pull by 25. Circle. I'm starting from this one so that I'm going for the midpoint down here. So that is going to be, the diameter is 10. D10. Okay, so now I'm going to select this guy over here and press pull by 25. So I'm pressing conceptual and you can see that the depth is showing. So let me just show you guys part 1. Let me see. SW isometric. I'm not sure why it's not giving me the default SW isometric that we usually see. Okay, so this is it for part number 1. Let's go for part number 2 now. So for this guy, there's no hole. Oh, this one. I'm actually struggling to see this bottom. Okay, so there's no hole at the bottom, so just take note of that. The hole does not extend downwards. This is our next activity. So it says here is 40 SQ, which means that it is a square. So this is a 40 on this side and a 40 on this side. Is a square, so sama length. And then we need to make these circles, which is offset by 5 from the edge of the square. And as you can see over here, this circle that has a hole, which is a hole basically, has a diameter of 10, and we have these small circles at a diameter of 16.25 from the center of this hole. Okay, so let's try to do that. Okay, so square. So our square is 40. Oh, square. Okay, 40, 40. Now you get a square. I'm going to move this M. Specify base point, don't really care. I just want it away from my circle. So it's pretty big. And then we need to make our offset marks by 5. Specify offset distance 0.5. Select object to offset. I'm going to go offset inside. Oh, sorry, it's not 0.5, it's 5. Select object to offset. Offset by 5. Enter. Select object to offset. So this is our guide for our circles later. Okay, and then we need to know our center. So I'm going to make a line for that. Midpoint to midpoint. And then over here, I'm going to press spacebar to go back to the line command. And over here. So now we have our center ready. So our first circle is the hole, which has a diameter of 10 or a radius of 5. Okay, so circle, we want our radius to be 5. And then our circles, I don't remember how big it is. So we have a circle 16.25. These small circles are 1.85. Okay, great. Diameter 1.85. So 1.85, 16.25, 1.85. I'm pretty sure I can't remember that. 16 diameter of 16.25. Is that right? And then 1.85 for the circles. Okay. Circle number 1 over here. 1.85. And then circle number 2 over here, make sure it's intersecting that. 1.85. And I'm just going to press spacebar to get back to the circle command. Make sure it's intersecting the right place. 1.5. And another circle, spacebar. And that's going to be 1.85 as well. So we have our small circles, 4 already, and we need another 4. So here I think, oh, we already have that line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just the same small circles. Pressing command again, making sure it intersects the right place. So now I'm quite scared because I'm not sure what my snap mode is going for. It looks like, I don't know, what does it look like? I want it to be at the intersection. Okay, let's see. Specify point circle. Oh, it's not turned on. Let me double check this. Okay, so intersection is now there. Aha, so this looks better. So this is 1.85. Oh, I put in the radius, so I have to do the circles again. So D of 1.85. So if you look over here, it's smaller. So we have to do our circle again because I forgot to type in D. Don't worry, it happens. As long as you know that it happens. If you're just doing it blindly and not remembering what you did. Okay. So intersection D 1.85. Now that looks better. I was wondering why it was looking big. Okay, and then D 1.85. Another circle, spacebar. 1.85. No, I forgot to type in the D again. Circle. D. What was it? 1.85. And then another circle over here. D. 1.85. Then we're not done here yet. Spacebar, go for the intersection, 1.85. Spacebar, go for the intersection. It's not detecting. No. Circle, go for the intersection. D 1.85. Again, circle, intersect. This is not supposed to be a struggle. It's easy. Okay, circle, intersect. What was it? D 1.85. Circle. D 1.85. Okay. Circle. Why am I not just copying the circles? Because I want to find the intersection, and I'm not sure if I can if I were to copy it. So if you can copy it and find that intersect, that's great. Just go for that. Circle. So I think this is actually correct because it's already specifying the radius as 0.925, which is what we want. Let me just do this again because I am not convinced. So D 1.85, Okay, so this is our 8 circles, small circles. We need to get rid of this because we don't need it. And we also, oh, where's my circle over here? So we need another circle over here. D 1.85. I think it's the same. Okay, so now I need to focus on here. Okay, let's see what's next. We need to extrude by 5, and so it says here it is 15 over here. I did not look at it closely, but this is 20 and this is 20. Should be right. Extrude by 5, and this guy is a hole. What else? I think that is it. Okay, let's see. Okay, next thing to do is to get rid of the unnecessary lines. So these are all going to be holes. So I think that's going to be the challenge here. But not so much actually. Okay, so what's the strategy here? Do I group everything and then subtract it later? Or I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna select all of this, group them together. So now they are one group. I'm gonna extrude this. Extrude by 5. Is it 5? Yeah. And then I'm going to select this guy. And I think they are already extruded together. They are not. Okay, so I need to extrude that by 5 as well. So extrude or press pull, either way. So I'm gonna go down. Oh, I can't select all of them. Seems like I can't. Okay, let's try extrude if I can do that. Specify height, I'm going to go down by 5 as well. So let's see if, okay, now it's there. Now I want to subtract this. So subtract. Select the first object. So this is it. And enter. And then we have to select all of these guys that we don't want. I mean that we want to subtract, right? From the first object that we selected. So I have 8 plus the big one over here, enter. So now they are holes and our part number 2 is complete. Okay, so for part number 3 we have one circle with diameter 1.85 and then another circle with diameter 2.5. This is 5 and this is 17.5. This 17.5. Okay, 17.5 divided by 2. I think I'm going to mirror this at this center. Let's see if we can do that. So 17.5, I'm just using my calculator. 17.5 divided by 2 is going to be 8.75. Okay. So that is going to be 8.75. I'm just going to write it here. 8.75. Okay, so first circle 1.85 and 2.5. So first circle. Later on we have to 1.85. We have to arrange this nicely. 1.85. Is that right? 1.85 diameter, 2.5. Then another circle at the same center. It's not detecting it. Okay, so diameter of what was it just now? 2.5. Hopefully this is correct. Okay, so I forgot to record, so let me try to do this again. The first guy, the small circle, I'm going to press pull by 5, going upwards. Okay, and The other guy is 17.5. Okay, and then we have to have another circle down there. I'm not going to do 3D mirror because I need to find time to learn how to do that, which I don't have right now. So I'm going to specify a circle down here, sorry, with a diameter of 1.85, and then I'm going to press pull this or extrude this by 5 again. Okay, so hopefully that is it. Let's see this in conceptual. Alright, so that is our part number 3, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye bye. So I'll see you in part number 3, and part number 3 is going to be the last for Monday's class.